back to when you were in your 20s, okay? Maybe you were in college, maybe you were working full time, maybe you were just trying to find your way. One thing that most of us can agree on is that if we were asked to go hang out at a Halloween party that was being thrown in a mansion with some of our best friends, the majority of us would go. On your way there, you would be under the impression that you're just going to hang out, have a few drinks, laugh your ass off, and maybe make some new friends or even a love connection, right? Once you get there, what you wouldn't be thinking is that GUN shots are going to ring out, right? And that multiple people are going to be injured or even dead. That scenario would most likely never cross the mind of you, and it didn't cross the minds of 19-year-old Ashiana Tompkins, 22-year-old Tyon Farley, 23-year-old Raymond Hill Jr., 24-year-old Omar Taylor, and 29-year-old Javelin County either. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So greatly appreciate it. Truly, truly is. Before we get started, let me give you my usual disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Please do not take what I say as fact. Please always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Next, if you have not liked, subscribed, or commented yet, please consider doing so because it really helps me out. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so Thursday, October 31st, 2019. This flyer had been circling around Facebook. The 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom mansion on Lucille Way in Orinda, California belongs to Michael Wang and Wen Lin Liu, and it is absolutely stunning. Back in 2019, Wang and Liu would rent out the house for one-night house parties for $800 a night plus a $350 cleaning fee. And let me preface this by saying that I don't think there's anything wrong with renting an Air BNB for a party. I think it's completely acceptable, just so long as it is done responsibly by the homeowner and the renter. I also think that in today's day, it is incredibly easy for you to pick up your cell phone and to see what is going on in your home while it is being rented out. And if what you see is not what you agreed to, well, then you as the homeowner can put a stop to it right from the privacy of your other home. The owners of the home claimed that they were told that this was going to be a family reunion for about 12 people. They further went on to say that the woman who rented the home paid $420 for the night and told the owners that some of her family members had asthma, so that they needed a location that was free from the wildfire smoke. What took place instead was a Halloween party with more than 100 guests ranging from late teens to late 20s and early 30s. In February of 2019, the owners posted on Airbnb that the home could be rented out for parties of 30 guests at a rate of $800 per night. But to be fair, neighbors have come out to say that they have had quite a few issues with the home and short-term renters. Neighbors say that they called police regarding the noise at least an hour before, but that they never came out. Families of the victims are furious with police, saying that if they would have taken the call seriously, the party would have been broken up long before the shots rang out.
I done came out of my shoes.
That's who they was waiting for. That's why they started parking again.
Oh, I got blood on me too.
Alright.
Oh my god. I told you somebody right next to me got shot.
Man, I'm in the city.
Oh my. Literally covered in somebody else's blood.
They still have the cop cars.
No fucking hand.
At 10:50 p.m., calls began to come in that gunshots were heard. When police arrived at the scene, they found complete chaos. People running everywhere, victims and wounded people, some of them as a result of jumping off a balcony just to get away. There was a security guard at the door, but the people responsible for this were able to sneak past him because he was drinking Hennessy at the time. Neighbors say that 2 weeks after the incident, police never came back out to speak to them. Police first believed that the motive stemmed from a retaliation from a shooting that happened 4 years prior to this in a San Francisco neighborhood. Okay, so 4 men are sitting in their car, I'm assuming minding their own business, when they are killed at close range. Police say that some of the victims were members of the Mac Block Street gang. They believe that the retaliation came from their rival, the Page Street gang. Okay, so one of the victims from the Halloween party, 22-year-old Tyon Farley, was the half-brother of Lee Farley Jr. Lee was the only person arrested for the crime that took the life of the 4 boys sitting in the car, and he was awaiting trial for the crime when the Orinda crimes happened. Okay? Along with this, 23-year-old Raymond Hill Jr. was the childhood friend of Tyon Farley and had recently been paroled on charges right before this all happened. 5 suspects were arrested for the Orinda murder. 20-year-old Jaquez Sweeney, Jason Isles, 28-year-old LeBron Wallace, 30-year-old Shamron Mitchell, which Shamron would end up jumping out of the second story of a window during the execution of the police search warrant, but he was later apprehended. And Devin Williamson, who was the promoter of the party. He was charged with conspiracy and carrying a concealed weapon. Not long after this, police arrested 2 more men in connection to the massacre. 29-year-old Dominic Dones and 29-year-old Frederick Johnson. They were both booked on felony GUN charges. However, none of the 7 men that were arrested were charged with the murders. And as of 2022, there has been no one charged with this. And as far as I can find, as of today, November 16th, 2023, there is still no justice for 19-year-old Oceana Tompkins. She was her mother's only child, and she attended Laney College in Oakland. She was also an organ donor. So thank you to her for saving lives even when she shouldn't have lost hers.
One of the victims, 19 years old, had just enrolled in college, Oceana Tompkins.
Let's just bring back that tragic night when I got the phone call about what happened. You know, bring back a lot of painful memories, but we just try to take it a day at a time.
22-year-old Tyon Farley was about to become a father again, and he was looking into maybe taking some college courses. 23-year-old Raymond Hill Jr. is the third son, that the family lost to GUN. He was described as genuine, loving, and loyal. He also had a baby on the way that was due in May.
Was looking forward to being the father of a new baby expected in May. Instead, Hill tells me Ramon is the third son he's lost to gun. Another son pictured here next to Ramon was shot last year.
24-year-old Omar Taylor Jr. worked as a DJ to support his baby girl, who was just 3 years old at the time. The night of the party, Omar was there DJing.
He was an amazing person. He was probably one of the most innocent souls ever on this earth. They robbed my daughter of her dad. So my daughter's only 3. She only had 3 years with her dad. And it's like they stole her best friend, her superhero.
29-year-old Javin County leaves behind 2 sons and a daughter. He was described as a good dad, and before his death, he took his daughter trick-or-treating. Air BNB claimed that they were going to take steps for party homes and single night rentals, especially around Halloween, as a way to prevent this from ever happening again. But there is no shortage of this thing happening at Halloween parties all over the country. As recently as October 27th, 2023, just after 11:30 p.m., 2 teens were killed at an Air BNB house party in Mansfield, Ohio. Not much is known about this case because it is still fairly new. But the Airbnb was a short-term rental home on Ferndale Road. There were about 50 teens that attended the party that evening, on top of the 2 teens that had been killed. There were 4 others that were shot, ranging from ages 14 to 19. Thankfully, 1 teen's cell phone saved them from being seriously injured from the bullet.
Police, fire, medical emergency.
I don't know that it starts. I'm just in my room. There's 2 people in my room right now. There's 2 people right inside my room. They're bleeding really bad.
Okay.
They're bleeding really, really bad right now. I don't know what's going on, but 810 Ferndale Road, there's been a whole bunch of guns. People are running everywhere.
It is said that there was, inside and outside the home, GUNs and DRUGS were found inside the home, and police have arrested and charged 22-year-old Cyrus Ellerby and he is currently being held on a $5 million bail. The home was rented by an adult with the intention of throwing a Halloween party for the kids. All right, guys, if you're still here, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you and I appreciate you so, so, so very much. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't yet and you feel so inclined to, because it really helps me out. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe out there.